Dang, story time, story time, story time. Let's down. Um, and look, I'm all the way at the top. I'm at a park. I gotta be quick though, cause I ain't near my neighborhood. But hey, I'm the king of the castle, and everybody yells dirty little rascals. But no, I want to talk to y'all today about healing. Um, give a little story time. So I remember when I was a kid, I was like young, man. I was probably like, I want to say I was probably like second, third grade. And I remember, that's unstable like a mug. Hold on, let me switch to a more solid perimeter. So, anyways, so I remember, I had this cousin named like this cousin. I'm just gonna call him D. His mom S, right? And they were both my cousins somehow. I didn't really understand it, but they was, and they were related to me on my mama's side. And around this time, I remember like I was like young. My mom didn't really do for us. We was like bummy. All our friends had turned on us because we were bummy, and it was like, dang, y'all ain't never got no money. But I mean, what you supposed to do when your parents don't rock with you? So, anyways, hold on, hold on, hold on. This thing rocking. Maybe I ain't supposed to go up this high. I don't know. But so, anyways, um, maybe I just hold it. But so what happened was we had um we had ended up becoming like close to them or whatever. And I remember um this nigga D, my cousin, was better than me, like in every way at the time. Because when you a kid, you think that materialistic things and monetary gain is like the way. So, what, my family just gonna go sit down. But so, anyways, you think that's the way. And I remember one time I had like ended up getting some clothes, like some new clothes, because my mom didn't want to buy me nothing. And I remember I had got some clothes, right? But of course they were hand me downs. And I remember it was so bad. Like I had high waters. Like the stuff I did have was fake. Not only was it fake, but I remember I remember having like dingy clothes, and it got so bad I was getting bullied. Like one time I was at my neighbor house hooping, and like two older kids had took the basketball and it was just roasting me and laughing at me, and it was like, bro, like we tired of you being out here like this, like go change. Like that's how bad it got. And then like the dude I was hooping with just told me to go inside because he's like, bro, it's not gonna stop till you leave. And I didn't want to leave because I didn't want them to win. I was a stubborn kid, but I had just to end up leaving because I couldn't hoop. So so I remember I had ended up getting some hand me downs and shit. And I remember this was like my first pair of forces. Like it was like the hot top forces was like so popular at the time, and it was like baby blue and white, and they had like a gold check on them. And I thought I was stepping in them motherfuckers. You hear me? And I remember talking to him about them, showing him off and stuff. And I remember like he just humbled me. He was just like, yeah. He was like, I was like, you like them, bro? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I liked them when I had them. I was like, I'm like, damn, you had these shoes? And he was like, those are my shoes. And then I found out that he gave me like his hand me downs and stuff that he liked that he didn't like wear no more because I needed stuff. And I found out that my mom and his mom had orchestrated that, right? But his mom didn't want him to like to give up a lot of his stuff because he was the only child, and she was like, I guess, possessive about it. I don't know what her upbringing was, but I don't think she had a good one because how she was like really shallow and arrogant. Which now that I see was really insecurity, which brings me to the story actually. So, and I remember like I was asking him about it because we bumped heads a little bit because his mom had said something slick. And when I asked him about it, he was like, "Oh, no, she just like really like cares about me a lot, like she don't want like anything like that. Like, oh, it's nothing." He brushed it off. And then like when I say he was better than me, like he was the only kid. He had better clothes. He was older. He was better looking. I was chubby at the time. He was like slim and fit. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's like he had longer hair. He had nice hair too. Like he just had everything that I didn't, you know. And people liked him more because of it. And I remember one time like me and him was going back and forth like roasting each other. We from Louisiana, so we going back and forth getting at each other, just lighthearted stuff. And then I started noticing that his mom was like upset about it or whatever. So I start trying to like back up off of it. And I don't know if he did this because he didn't care or if he was just trying to expose her. But like he would keep going. And I remember I was asking, I'm like, is she upset? Like, and she would like roll her eyes and just catch attitudes. And then it got to a point where like I want to back off of it, but he was like, nah, like she just messing around, like da da da, like she cool. And I'm just like, we family, like there ain't no reason to be like that. Like we was just roast each other about each other hair. Like he'd be like, oh, your hair grows slow. Like my hair was way longer than yours, da da. And I'm like, oh, but what is that now? I'm like, yeah, because my stuff long now. I'm like, you talking about the past tense, but I'm talking about what is. Like we just talking trash to each other. And I remember like she started tearing at me. Like she started saying how I was too competitive and stuff like that, and how I was bummy, and how I need to show some respect because all the stuff that I got that's decent came from them, and I done already like messed it up like it was good when he had it. That's why she didn't want me with it, and she was saying that how I need to be thankful to have him in my life because the people around him like are really like appreciate who he is and how they really like she was saying how they really was like appreciative and they fought to be in his life pretty much, just like showing that she looked down upon me. And I remember being so crushed by it. Like she said some most stuff but I don't really remember it. I was in like second grade, third grade, and I remember being so crushed by it because at the time I already believed it was true, and I felt like what's understood don't need to be explained, you know. So I remember like I ended up getting upset about it, and me and her just ended up spitting venom at each other, cursing each other out. Now, mind you, she grown, like she in like her mid 20s at the time, her early to mid 20s. So and I'm a little kid or whatever. And I remember telling her I was like, no, since you feel that way about us, I'm like go in there and tell my mom that same thing. Like go in there and tell her how you feel about us. And I remember like even her own son was trying to tell her to chill. And then I just remember later on she asked me for some socks and I told her I didn't have nothing for her. And she told me I was trifling and I was this and I was that. And I was just like, look, I'm like, you meant what you said. I'm like, you don't never have to speak to me again if that's how you feel about me. I'm like, don't ask me for anything. Like we good. And I ain't never spoke to her like ever since then. And but like we always was looked down upon amongst the family. And I think it hurt me more because like we would hear it on a constant basis getting bullied, and we knew it was true. But it hurt more coming from like family because we like, dang, y'all feel that way too, and it kind of like cemented that that's what it was. But I ended up healing from a lot of that stuff from talking to like the Lord, like Chamuel and like Lord Uriel, um lighting the candles, like staying connected, tapping into the source and stuff like that. And that's why I want to tell y'all, like like seek out healing, seek out guidance, like stay connected to light because that's the only thing that's gonna drive that dormant energy and that negativity and that darkness out. But it took me like a long time. It took me like a long time to come to that. Like I made a lot of mistakes and I had a lot of like venom in me like for moments like that. And I had tremendous moments like that because I remember when I talked to my family about it, nobody really cared. Like, and I remember one of my sisters had said that how I tried to make it about everybody else, but she only said it to me. And I'm just like, but think about it. If I'm a product of my environment, right? And I'm a part of this family, that means that if she feel that way about me, then and we in the same boat, then that means she feel that way about all of us. Like we all together. Like, and I was trying to explain to her how people see us as all together. But what I didn't realize at the time is that like I was the black sheep of the family, and that's the reason why I was ostracized and why people felt like why outsiders always felt like they can come at me because like they seen how our family didn't have structure and how it didn't have honor. So I just want to like talk to y'all about centering yourselves and meditating and like just healing, just recovering from all that stuff. Cause like I said in my last video, like your family will tear you down, but like nobody ever teaches you how to heal, especially in the black community. Like I noticed that it's a lot of negativity in us tearing each other down. And I feel like that we need more people standing up and being strong leaders, like how Muhammad Ali was. Like he wasn't just a boxer; he was an activist and a leader, and he stood for the people. You know, like Malcolm X. Like I'm not saying be preachy like them, but we need people standing up for what's right and bringing stuff together. Like that's why I want to call like if you feel like you the type of person that things are is different for you than everybody else. If you always being singled out, if you don't understand society, that's because you was sent here to aid it and not be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying like you shouldn't be a part of society, but I'm saying like you wasn't supposed to be caught up in the craziness that society has going on. You was supposed to be a leader of it, like ushering it like to what it's supposed to be. Is what I'm trying to say. And I know that like a lot of people come from broken homes. I know a lot of people, like be down on their luck. A lot of people don't know how to um fix the past, and and the crazy part about it is you don't even gotta like go back to them people. You don't gotta fix nothing as long as you forgive it and you move on and you paid it forward. Like just be kind to people, pay it forward, and try to help people. Like when I was coming up, even now, if I see someone around me and they got something different going on, and I always try to befriend them and get close to them to see what have they discovered about life, or what do they know about life that I don't, that got them moving different. But and there's too many people that be coming around you just to be negative. Like you have more people that'll come around you just to be negative and to throw you off, right? And it's like don't like buy into that. What you need to do is when that happens, just try to guide them and lead them like on the right trail. Because if you like, I notice if you show that stuff bothers you, they gonna smirk and they gonna act like all high and mighty. But then when that moment pass, they gonna be back down again because they just added on to their negativity. Don't let them like take your energy. I stay strong and keep your power, bro. Like the way you keep your power is by not giving into foolishness not like that. And like don't listen to those people that try to convince you otherwise. Because think about it, right? If they're coming at you and they're trying to convince you otherwise, that means they don't believe in it themselves and they're just trying to throw you off. Because when has anyone had to ever convince you that the truth was the truth? They just give you the information and let you deal with it, right? Because if it's the truth, it's going to come back to you how it came to you now, right? But if it's bull crap, right, and everybody pushing bull crap, that bull crap only like it only has life when we give it life. You get what I'm saying? Like you are a powerful being in the situations that you give your energy to, like you give your life force to. It's the only reason why it exists and why it's powerful, right? When you give into that temptation, when you give into like people talking negative and listening to it and all that kind of stuff, like you just relinquish your energy and your power to it. And what I'm trying to tell you to do is keep your power, right? Because when you keep that power, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be detached to that, right? But then what's actually in your realm, in your power, right? The energy that you hold is gonna attract other stuff with that same vibration. That's literally how it works. And if you want to like let go of some bad habits, try to pick up new good ones and try to be around people and be around things that have that kind of energy so it can rub off on you. Like that's what I used to do. And I'm not the best person, but I know for a fact that I've inspired people to be better just by them like seeing me be an example, by them seeing me live like stand on what I say, be strong about it, and constantly move like that. Like I never cared about what everybody else was doing or what they thought because I knew that things was different for me. So That's all I wanted to tell y'all. I just want to come on here. I just want to let y'all know that it's more to everything than what it seems. And I just wanted to raise y'all awareness. I'm getting dark. I've been out here walking. I've been trying to lose some weight. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to let y'all know that it's more to things than what it seems. You know, and and I want to let y'all know that it's a lot of people out here that study you, that watch you, like just so they can know how to dismantle you. And what I want to let you know is don't let that stuff bother you. Like just see it for what it is, call it out, and then move on. You feel what I'm saying? And if they still bothered by it, it's like just show them like what like what they can fix about themselves. And if they don't want to, you just gotta move on. You feel me? But like I say, I love y'all, man. Um, be nice to people. May the heavens be with y'all. May y'all angels watch over y'all. Meditate, pray. You know, call on your angels when you need help. And I'm gonna put a whole bunch of stuff down like in the description how I always do about this spirituality and how you can heal and how you can grow and just like how you can take this journey with me because I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of it's fire over here, bro. Tap into the source, like get in nature. Look at all this greenery. Look at all this beautiful nature around me. Bro, my treadmill. I got a treadmill. I wasn't even supposed to be out. My treadmill, bro. Like I think I ran the motor out walking on it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even going fast, like 3, 4 miles an hour for like an hour and a half, maybe hour. Like for like 2 weeks, broke it. Ran the motor out, but it's cool. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out here for this video get too long. I love y'all, man.